Jai Gurudev, welcome everyone to this new episode of Guru Siyag Yoga, Bliss Becoming and Being Part 10. I have with me Manju Chabra, and both of us are from Delhi NCR. So, welcome you all once again.
Jai
Bliss,
Gurudev.
Becoming,
Sorry.
Bliss Becoming and Being is a video series dedicated to spread the word about Guru Siyag Yoga in English language. So, previously in these sessions, we have been sharing the basics about what Guru Siyag Yoga is, how one can practice it, and several other information about it. And in this part, we will be skipping about the basics that we have shared in the previous episodes, and we would encourage the viewers who are watching this program, especially the ones who do not know anything about Guru Siyag Yoga, to know more about Guru Siyag Yoga by going through the information given on the website www.gurusiyagyog.org. As you can see, the website link is running just at the edge. So, besides this, you can also watch Guru Siyag, Understanding Guru Siyag Yoga English version. So, this is the name of the YouTube video, and it is available on the channel Guru Siyag Divine. So, in this video, also, you will find all the basics about Guru Siyag Yoga has been covered in a very systematic and comprehensive way. So, by going through the website www.gurusiyagyoga.org and watching this video, which is Understanding Guru Siyag Yoga in English language on the YouTube channel Guru Siyag Divine, you can educate yourself about what Guru Siyag Yoga is, what benefits does it have, what is the philosophical and scientific background or context about this whole yogic practice. So this yogic practice is rooted in core Indian philosophy, spirituality, the ancient system of spiritual transformation. So it is very hard to capture in a nutshell in a 1 minute or a 2 minute dialogue about it. So it will be great if you check out the website. And after that, you can know more and more about how this practice transform everyone's life by undergoing your own transformation. And that only happens when you start practicing Guru Siyag Yoga. And by practicing, we mean that you as a beginner, at least, you place your trust at Gurudev's feet. And it may sound to you that it may not be easy or that, but as a beginner, all you can do is just practice what is being given by the guru with an open mind and see for yourself. Just be honest and surrender yourself for a month or 2 months to the guru's mantra and guru's wisdom. And if possible, if you are Hindi speaking native speakers, so you can watch Gurudev's own video, which are also available freely on the website. And going forward, we may convert the language of those videos in English too. So in today's session, me and Manju will discuss about how Gurudev transforms everyone's life in a way that we are able to live our day-to-day life in a more effective manner. And towards the end, everyone will get to hear the Guru Siyag mantra or the Sanjeevani mantra, as it is also called, through Guru Dev's own voice. And those of you who will be listening to the mantra from Gurudev in their own voice will be getting initiated. So after this initiation, they can practice Guru Siyag Yoga meditation. So yeah, Manju, over to you now. So as I've already shared that today we will discuss how our Guru support us in living our life effectively. So what is it that you would like to share about that?
Thank you, Gorima, for this detailed description of about how we'll be proceeding through the session and what we'll be covering. And definitely for me, I will only talk about myself when you were talking about, uh, about how Guru Siyag Yoga has been, what has transformed in me. So here I'll be only talking about what I have felt about myself, because it's not everybody goes through a different transformation process and different transformation journey. So touching upon my journey, I have also discussed in our earlier episodes, but I would just want to say one thing. The things are so simple that just doing a meditation twice a day and just chanting the Sanjeevani mantra, you know, at whatever point I can remember, or whatever point of the time, during the day, if I can just kind of connect myself with Gurudev by chanting the divine mantra, is the only thing which has helped me to move forward. Initially there were a lot of judgments that, like something is happening to someone, somebody is doing something, and they are getting, immediately they are getting some kriyas, or some other, I would say, materialistic things, or somebody is getting some remedy, or somebody is getting healed. So there were a lot of things which I was listening, and I used to judge myself. Perhaps I have not surrendered well. My surrender is incomplete. I'm not doing enough. I have a lot of karma. So Gurudev is taking time to, I'm not able to connect with him directly. There is more to be done. And believe me, as things have, as time has gone by, and as Gurudev has, given me that, with his grace, has given me that understanding, that was all a process. He was always with me. He was always gracing me. He was always, he was always omnipresent. It's just that my way of looking at it, the way I was judging everyone and myself, that limited my vision, that limited my faith, and that limited my surrender, whatever I would say benchmark is there for surrendering. So it wasn't there. He was always there. I was just judging. So I would say the moral, what I have learned is that we have to just do two things: meditating twice a day and chanting the Guru Dev's mantra maximum time during the day is what would help us, what would also given what which will also give us that much of, I would say, mindfulness, or that much of revelation or awareness that we are with him, and it's just that we are with him all the time, and we don't have to judge. So
Yeah.
that's been the biggest revelation I have, and I wanted to share this on this platform. My journey with, as compared to Gorma, will be entirely different. I don't have to judge, you know. Whatever is happening to me is the perfect thing for me, and I have to believe in it. That's the surrender I need to do. Yeah.
So, how your daily life, how you live has changed, if at all, after surrendering to Gurudev and practicing Guru Siyag Yoga?
Yeah, Gorima, it has been changing. It's just that I have started becoming aware of it now, It was always changing. I mean, things were happening, whatever I was thinking, it was happening. And if it was not happening, it was for my good. That is what later on I used to kind of come to know if I used to think about it. So whatever was happening for me, you know. So, and it's just that I couldn't see it through, right?
Okay.
And even I used to say, like, people used to have kriyas, and while they were meditating, and I used to think, why it's not happening to me? But it's something was happening. I have to have that faith, and that is how I have been able to kind of understand things better. My health is better, my understanding, my surrender part, my faith has also kind of enhanced. So all that was a process, all that was a part of journey which was happening. And now what has happened is that it's whatever I have to think about, I just leave it to him. I try. I'm not saying I am. I try to be an observer. I put everything that, okay, my day is going to start. It's you who's going to take care of it. And I just have to flow. Again, I just have to flow. I don't flow because definitely, and we will take time, or I will take time to understand that part of our life also. So as soon as I get reminded of, or as soon as, there's something which happens and I feel, no, it shouldn't have happened like this. I mean, that's, it just comes and hits. I mean, it just comes to me that it's Gurudev, not me. So
Yeah.
it's I would say that as you progress on this journey, the only thing we need to do is do whatever is required and believe in it. That's it. Things are happening, they're happening for us, and we have to believe in it. Every day there is a new revelation. I find myself, that my the way I used to look at people in terms of judgment, in terms of expectation, all that has, I mean, when I look at or when I interact with people, I just feel that particular emotions have vanished. Emotions means like comparison, or I used to expect too much from someone. So all those things have vanished, and then it's like, oh, is it like that has really changed? So if
Yeah.
I'm expecting someone to behave in a particular way, that expectation has changed. I
Yeah.
haven't changed. I mean, the person hasn't changed. The way I have been looking at things has changed. That's been really wonderful. And I nowadays it is like every day I'm like, what's going to happen today? So that's the beauty of life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and to further say something on that, so I can really resonate with a lot of things that you are saying, and which includes that we change how we think, and our life is so much governed or influenced by how we think. So, as I know about you, you have always came across to me as somebody who is very grounded, and you have been pretty successful in whatever you have achieved in life. So before Gurudev, you were still doing good, and somewhere when I met you and when you started practicing, so I had always thought that I don't know what Manju would be experiencing, and later on when you started experiencing the benefits around your thinking becoming better in whatever you were doing, you felt that able to you're able to sometimes simplify your thinking, you're able to let go sometimes, and you're able to peacefully talk to yourself around resolving the day to day dilemmas, or day to day happenings that we have to undertake in our households and in our professional life. So
Absolutely.
many people or many practitioners would want to become spiritual, not to gain any competence around doing magic, but it's just that they are looking forward to enhancing the way they think. So for those people, we can definitely say with confidence from our own experiences that yes, the way we think become better because how we think becomes optimized. We are able to take decisions in a more holistic way. We are able to be more courageous and expanded in terms of our thinking, so
True.
that the fear factor, and when I mention fear, is just that sometimes we really look at things in a way that we calculate, in a way that we fear the odds of something happening more than something else, and all that. So everything gets transformed, and somewhere we become more balanced around how we think, how we take decisions, how we choose things. So we become more. I would say we become more confident in understanding what matters to me.
Absolutely.
So this is also something that I have noticed in myself, because naturally we live in a world wherein We are constantly interacting with everyone in the world, for that matter, because of because of
Absolutely.
social media, and because of the 24 into 7 connectivity of
Mhm.
our phones and everything else included.
True.
So somewhere we are always connected, and somewhere, even if I do not want to think about, but yes, we end up in our subconscious mind believing that something must be good for us because it's good for everyone. Because people are doing this, and if I am not doing this, so somewhere my life is incomplete. Even though those thoughts doesn't have much base, is just that we end up thinking and believing around having things, having more stuff, roaming more, and whatnot. But
True.
once I started practicing Guru Siyag Yoga, so somewhere in terms of thinking or thoughts, when I'm mentioning that we transform the way we think, so it happened with me that I ended up slowing down my thoughts. I could
Mhm.
uh, I could find the base or the roots of those thoughts, and I could easily find out some of the thoughts, many of the thoughts rather, that that I could find that they have no basis. So I
True.
had no real reason to want something, or I had no real reason to feel like something. And I became more clear about what makes sense to me. What is it
Mhm.
that I want in terms of how I want to live my life? So, whether it is about your workspace or your personal space at home, in relationships, or in whatever you want to do or experience in life.
Mhm.
So, somewhere your thought process becomes streamlined, and you are able to think through things in a more systematic way. And there are times when naturally life has a flow, and we have always been living, and we have always been facing something or the other. So even though life has been good always, but then there are so many challenges that we have to face, all of us. Nobody Everybody has their unique challenges as well, and their unique blessings. So when our thinking capacity get enhanced, so whatever challenges we face in life, somehow the way we go through them changes significantly. So I
True.
could notice the change in my thinking much more when I had to deal with those challenges, whether at
Mhm.
workplace or at home, wherever. So when I'm saying that enhanced thinking, so that got demonstrated and gets demonstrated more in a more apparent way when I am going through the challenges. So what I have noticed is now when challenges come, so I am in terms of putting this tangibly, so I can say that in terms of confidence, I have 100% confidence now that whatever the challenge is, I am not unfortunate to have that experience. So
Mhm.
my thinking has transformed. Now I look at challenges as opportunities for me to clear out maybe some karmas, to learn the lessons that had been pending, that I have to learn through that particular experience. And because of that, though, whosoever is involved in the challenge with me in terms of having contradictions or disagreements, or whatever, so I have a different outlook and a different way of interacting with all
Yeah.
the parties involved, because what I am focused now is my own development as a soul in when I am going through those challenges. And
Yeah.
those people whosoever are there in that challenge, either on my side or the other side, so
Mhm.
I just now have started looking that there is no my side or the other side.
Yeah.
It's just that each one of us are there in that situation or challenge to play their part. And
Mhm.
since I can't really understand enough about what the other person has gone through previously, and what that person's insecurity challenges or fears could be. So
Mhm.
I may not be having the full idea about how what that person's journey is about, but what I focuses on is that what are the lessons that I have to learn, what are the gaps that I have to fill, and how can this challenge be used as an opportunity. So
Yeah, that brings
previously,
me to, yeah,
yeah,
this thing that Gurudev said, that that I'll make you read the body. Body is kind of a grand, the holy book. So I'll make you read that, and that is so true. When you're saying all this and what I have shared, I think this is what we are exactly doing. I mean,
yes,
there have been transformations, and we are able to realize them. That's exactly what is this reading all about, and that's exactly what those transformations are, because we want to read some self-help books or some other book only to kind of enhance our skills, or only to know more about ourselves, or only to know about the situations, or how we are reacting those to those situations. But here we are, that that because of those things which are, or transformations, or whatever is happening inside us, I really don't know, and it's not in our you know as a human being into our purview to understand them also. It's all Gurudev's grace that we are actually reading ourselves similarly as we read a book. And this body is like a holy grantha, the holy book. So
yes,
that's what we are reading every day. And that's what you rightly said. These are opportunities, and opportunities to transform, to progress. And also, when we say, like you said, my side, this side, so when Gurudev says that, I'm there in everyone. So
yes,
precisely, when we look at the other person, and when we are able to understand that, here is a soul which doesn't understand what it is, but it is Gurudev. I mean, it becomes so easy to handle our own emotions, and we suddenly become, devoid of all those, like I would say, jealousy, or whatever frictional issues which we have into our mind. I think those all just vanishes, and
yes.
just having that thought only makes it so beautiful. So I think what Gurudev said has been amazing, and the more you listen to his speech, I mean, I think there's so many secrets lying underneath each and every word, that it's same speech. If you listen so many times, it has a different meaning. And I would say it's just a blessing. The only thing we need to do is just start. There are initial, that's why me and Gaurama are here to discuss our own initial inhibitions, which we also had. But the only thing we did was we had faith. I had faith. She had faith. We went on. And I think that was the most, I would say, difficult part, because we couldn't see anything and we were just comparing. But then that's the part of the journey. So I think it's just amazing. I can't even spell out, or I can't even describe in the words what I'm feeling and what I feel every moment. And all those hindrances, like you said, challenges, you have that higher power with you. I mean, there are no hindrances. I mean, I feel
Absolutely.
like you're just curious about it, how to come out of it. That he will take care. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah,
That's
and that really links to the concept of Akshayanan or unending bliss.
bliss. Yeah.
So just imagine how Manju is sharing that previously the way we dealt with challenges had something about making strategies or whatever, whatever.
It was
And
like,
now
why
it's about,
me?
yeah,
Why
why,
me? Why are you doing this to me? But now it's like,
yeah.
okay, great if I am there. It's, yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
great if I'm there and there are some lessons, and we are excited
definitely.
about the opportunity that it brings around developing our souls.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
this very change in thinking is so much linked to the Akshay Anand or the unending bliss that Gurudev had explained in his videos. So
True.
basically, when there is we have some pleasant experiences, we are in any ways we feel happy, and when there is unpleasantness,
Yeah.
then we are able to be happy regardless of that unpleasantness, because somewhere we find so much of meaning around that unpleasant experiences as well. So this is the real bliss, so this is the real happiness. So the way we define happiness changes once we start doing this practice, because
Mm.
previously happiness and unhappiness was like that swing of pendulum, that happy for a few days and then unhappy, or happy for a few hours and unhappy. But now when Gurudev is there with you, the whole happiness and unhappiness, we would say those endpoints, they dissolve, and this whole spectrum called life becomes much more meaningful, and we are able to experience that unending bliss. So there is
Absolutely.
nothing like happy, unhappy, and all that. So, and it's
So,
very hard to explain to really put those experiences in words. Yeah, Manju, what you have to share?
so I feel even Gurudev has been referring to whatever is inside you, is also outside. I mean, but typical Hindi. I would like to get that. जो भी ब्रह्मांड में है वही पिंड में है और जो पिंड में है वो ब्रह्मांड में है. So
Yes.
whatever is inside is outside and outside is inside. So I feel it's only a reflection of my thinking, of my whatever I have inside is what I will be, kind of manifesting or making, or even I think understanding for that matter. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's so many. What I mean, so scientific, and if we can feel it, and if we believe it, only then we'll be able to feel it. Like I was saying, now things have changed, expectations have changed. So I believe there is something which is inside, which is changing, and hence that's whatever I'm feeling for the other person now is only a reflection of that whatever has changed inside. And
Yeah.
that's how, Gurudev wanted, like, we all have to come to our own, like the journey of feeling that we are the optimum power, and we have everything inside us. So
Yes.
that is only possible when we believe that even others are, and we this make this a beautiful place to live for each and every person. And
Yes.
that's thing, the whole everyone is striving for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the whole universe is inside us,
Yeah,
and we are the whole universe. So, understanding this is impossible without Guru's grace.
absolutely.
So, right now, while walking on this path, we are experiencing bits and pieces every day. And this journey so far has been extremely empowering and powerful. And
Absolutely.
we are able to really see the changes that this practice has got into our life. So when we are discussing about how our thinking changes, how we view at the problem changes, how we work through our challenges changes, and how we look at other people, that changes. So now the other part is that how other people react to such changes, or how do they respond to such changes. Because once I change myself, and from that change position, I interact with other people who are, especially the ones who are in conflict or in some kind of contradictory positions. So it has happened with me countless number of times that when
Mhm.
I talk to them now, so previous response of there was on a scale of 0 to 10, if it was at 4 in terms of support, care, love, concern, compassion. But after joining Guru Dev through his mantra, through his practice, and feeling him through and through. So now, on a scale of 0 to 10, the support, the care, the concern that I need from the person in conflict with me becomes either 7, 8, or 9.
Mhm.
And this whole practice is not about changing the other person, it's about changing yourself. So, through this, you are becoming a better version of yourself. And once you become a better version, you facilitate others to become better version of themselves. So, in a way, it facilitates good karma for everyone in the equation. So we
Mhm.
stop running from problems, we stop running from people, and the biggest change, or the biggest, I would say, the biggest gift this practice has given me, Gurudev has given me, is watching my, or becoming aware of my own flaws.
Yeah.
So and that too it's a very joyful experience.
Mm.
So when I was not into I was not with Gurudev, it was not possible for me to really understand, or even more difficult to acknowledge my own flaws or mistakes. I had many reasons to justify how I behaved in a less optimum, or in a less graceful way. But
Mhm.
now somewhere I am able to understand that, that, oh my God, this was really so automatic. So this thought was somewhere there in some place in my mind, and it suddenly came out. So
Mm.
we become so aware of our own crap, and Gurudev makes this process very enjoyable. So it has become much more easier for me to really accept my flaws. He has made
Mhm.
it very simple. So many a times I have to backtrack
Mhm.
while I'm having dialogue, that, I apologize that I said that, but basically I do not mean it, and I might be might uh, might be looking like that, or saying like that, but what I do mean is this.
Yeah.
So authentic communication, so the art of authentic communication
Mm.
is one of the biggest art that came to my, I would say, life, and at the same time I could practice it, and I'm still learning it and practicing it, is because of Gurudev's grace. So in
Absolutely.
every situation, the right wisdom starts coming to you. So Manju, what do you
Mm.
have to say about that?
So I was actually thinking when you were saying, incidentally, it happens that you want to say something to someone during our discussion. You're thinking and your mouth is shut. I mean, you can't say that out, and later you realize that that was right. So I mean, it's not about me again. It's about that power, who's doing everything. It's, I mean, some of you who are watching, who are viewers, and who are, just the entrants, or who are yet to join us. And we believe because you are seeing us, you will be a part of us for sure. That's the belief we carry. So I hope I'm okay with that, Gaurav. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I mean, everything what you're saying and how you were saying. I mean, he's taking care of each and everything. It's not me. I mean, I'm absent. It's only him, and it's him in my thinking. It's him in my action. It's him in my breath. It's him who's doing everything, and I think that's the best. It's just a starting, I would say. Every day is a new starting. I feel I'm still a fresher.
Yeah.
and and I'm really happy there's so much more to learn and so much more to know. So much to read about yourself. I mean, when you're so much engrossed in reading and just knowing about yourself, you're not going to look at other persons as flaw or any flaws inside them. Because you're so busy, kind of, I would say, like there's a sculpture who's just making a perfect piece. So I feel Gurudev is there to help me to carve out the best in me, and I
Yeah.
am there, and he's my sculpture. So I just have to be, that's it. I've just have to let me be, that's it, without thinking, that, oh, it's paining, or oh, it's bad. I mean, it's too tough, because that's what will make me what he wants. And I'm so happy, and so I feel, I mean, it's his grace that um, I can also share so much about him. And yet I say that this is not enough. This is
Yes,
just not enough.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So one thing that both of us can agree on is that how we think changes, and that fundamentally changes how we live. That
Mhm.
includes how we interact. So, because of that, how wherever we work, whatever we work, that becomes better.
Yes.
Wherever we are interacting, including our personal relationships or with our colleagues or friends, everything becomes better. And that
Absolutely.
doesn't mean that some friendships won't fall away. It's just that overall, everything becomes better, better for you and for the other person as well. So it is not a skewed equation that whosoever will be practicing Guru Siyag Yoga, things will work in that person's favor and the other person. There is no other in this.
True.
It's just that everyone, as Manju just shared a moment back, that everyone is Gurudev only. And those of us who are able to bow down to him, who are able to place their trust in him, can connect with him and can walk on this journey called life in a much more empowered and pleasant way. And those of us who are not able to practice and who are not yet associated with Gurudev, so they are also on this journey, but as of now, they are struggling, or they may be doing whatever they are doing. But for those of us who are practicing, we are able to have more meaning because of this deep spiritual practice.
Yeah.
And we can go
And
on and on and on.
I know
This
we
is
can go on and on. And maybe it's a time for us to, kind of discuss method of meditation, and perhaps you can put up Gurudev's speech, and then we can do 15 minutes meditation.
meditation together. So yeah, Manju, great. So please share about that those of us who haven't practiced Guru Siyag Yoga. So what do they need to do, and what are some do's and don'ts? And then I'll put
Mhm.
the small 2-3 minute Gurudev's video in which
Yeah.
he will share the mantra, and then we'll all go into 15 minutes meditation. Thank you. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. So, for those of you who are new to this, Gorima will be putting up Gurudev's video, and in Gurudev's voice, you will be listening to the Diksha mantra, the spiritual Sanjeevani mantra, I would say. So, you will listen to that mantra, and then after that, and that's the diksha, means you are initiated into this, and then you have to sit in a comfortable position. You can sit cross leg on the floor or on a chair, and those of you who cannot sit, you can lie down, to meditate. And then you have to look at Gurudev's picture for a minute and just see him here in on your third eye. That's the third eye. Just visualize him here, and then you can just close your eyes and meditate and just request him to help you meditate for 15 minutes. And then you close your eyes and start chanting that mantra without moving your lips or without using your tongue. Just inside, just start chanting that mantra for 15 minutes. And that's what you're supposed to do. It's so simple. The only thing which you need to do is that you shouldn't have had food. I mean, after having food, at least 2 to 3 hours of gap is what is required. You can do it anywhere, facing any direction, and ladies can do it all the 30 days of the month. There are no restrictions. The only restriction is about food. I mean, after you've had food, 2 to 3 hours gap is required. There's no restriction on religion. There's no restriction of direction, and the only thing you need to do is, without moving your lips or without moving your tongue, you have to just chant silently inside. And what else? I think, and in case any of you experience any yoga asanas or any other movements, do not feel that what's happening to me, and just let it happen. Don't try to resist it also. Just let it happen. After 15 minutes, it will stop on its own. You don't have to bother about it. It's been done for some, for something which has to be healed. So have trust in that, and just finish your after. I mean, you will automatically, your eyes will open after 15 minutes, and that's it. So this is the method of meditation, sitting in a comfortable position, visualizing Gurudev here. And the Diksha mantra, you have to just keep on chanting it and request Gurudev for 15-minute meditation and sit for it, the meditation quietly. After 15 minutes, your eyes will open on your own, and that's it. So, yeah, you would like to, Gaurima, would you like to say anything, or would you like to put the mantra now, Diksha
Yeah,
mantra?
thank you, Manju, for sharing it in a very clear and concise manner. So now we will put the video of Gurudev.
Mhm. Okay.
Or the universal consciousness force. What are the benefits of Siddhi Yoga? Siddhi Yoga heals, cures, or frees the body from any physical illness, adds various forms of cancers, diabetes, arthritis, asthma, and even genetic disease like hemophilia. In the case of disease such as AIDS, which attacks the entire body, the patient may experience internal kriyas like sensation or heat, electricity, or tingling. According to Siddhi Yoga philosophy, the divine power awakened by the enlightened Guru gets transmitted through his blissful voice to the listeners, irrespective of language spoken by the Guru. This divine power transmissions occurs smoothly and remain unaffected by the language being used. Regular practice of Siddhi Yoga strengthens the immune system. The Kundalini acts as a protective shield of the immune system and wards off the onslaught or recurrence of any disease. Impact of Kundalini awakening. The Kundalini makes the practitioner perform kriyas that are specific to his needs. With this cleaning, the practitioner is cured of all kinds of chronic and even terminal disease such as HIV, AIDS, cancer, arthritis, etc., and genetic disorder like hemophilia. Mental application too are completely cured and stress is completely relieved. Cling, Krishna, cling, 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 cling, Krishna, cling.
Jai Gurudev, everyone. Please come out of your meditation.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, Manju. So, before closing, I would like to request everyone, the practitioners who will be watching this program, that they also have this platform to do some contribution to Gurudev's work. So they can come on this platform and speak about their journey, their experiences, their learning about Guru Siyag Yoga, and they can inspire or they can help others through sharing their own experiences. To participate in this program, you have to speak in simple English. So those of you who feel that speaking English is a challenge, so believe you us that it's Gurudev who would be speaking through you, and you can give a try and share your experiences on this platform. And in any case you feel that you need to share something in Hindi over this platform, and we can help you to speak that in English, or we will translate that in English. So going forward, we would really like you that you come forward and share your experiences, or you may reach out on WhatsApp. So Manju's number and my number is given down below in the runner that is running. So you can reach us through WhatsApp. You may like to send the recording of your experiences, Hindi or English. So, whatever it is, just contribute to the work of Gurudev by coming forward and sharing about your journey. Yeah. Jai
Yeah.
Gurudev.
And I would like to add, Gaurima, that what they heard, the Diksha mantra is a Radha Krishnan mantra. It's a divine Sanjeevna mantra. And it gives moksha and bhog, the materialistic world part also. So you don't have to believe that by doing this you'll become a monk or you'll have to give up things. You can be a non-vegetarian, you can be, doing whatever. But Gurudev says that things will give you up. You don't have to give up the things. It is so, I mean, it's that confidence he had when he said this. And we too also have that kind of confidence. And believe me, there's no fee, it's free. There is
Yeah.
no, I mean, you don't have to have follow any rituals. There are no restrictions on timing, what time of the day you have to do, whatever religious background you are from. I mean, you can practice. It is so much doable, and there's so much freedom in it. So I would urge each one of you who would like to, who are watching us for the first time or who are still contemplating, to come forward and try doing this Siddhi Yoga. And also in the chat box, if you can write, what is that one reason you would like to try Siddhi Yoga? And also share with us what can help you to know more about Guru Siyag Yoga from our session. We would like to see if that can be incorporated.
That's a wonderful idea. So we
Yeah,
request all the viewers who would be watching this session to leave their comment about what they want us to share in these sessions.
yeah,
So they may ask their questions, or they may reach out to us, or at least they comment that they watched the session. So that
yeah.
would really give us a lot of happiness.
Yeah, encouragement to take it forward. And definitely, this session is for you people, and we would like you to be engaged into it. And, together we can take it forward in a more meaningful way. And the mission of this entire thing is that we have to reach each and every person in this universe for to practice Siddhi Yoga. Jai Gurudev to all of you, and
Jai
surrendering this
Gurudev.
entire session to Gurudev's lotus feet. Jai Gurudev. See you again.
Jai
Thank you.
Gurudev.